take some good valuable knowledge, because as we all know, this is evaluations by our very own distinguished Toastmaster Nimisha Singla. And I thank her on behalf of Area F3 for taking out time on a weekday and taking this session. So thank you so much, Nimisha. Although most of us know her here and she needs no introduction. But for those who don't, here is your small introduction. She is a corporate professional, software engineer, not HR. For 7+ years, she is an active CSR volunteer and safety champion for her organization. She has served multiple divisions at various levels like ADD, PQD, Pathway Chair, PR Secretary, and Tech Master. She has represented her division at district semifinal in evaluations and international speech contests. She is first Golden Gavel and Hall of Fame president for TCS Maverick Gurgaon Toastmaster Club in a history of 12 years. She is also a select distinguished club co. She is currently serving District 41 as Area F4 Director. And I know her personally and have been working with her since last 1 month, I guess. And in this 1 month, I've learned a lot from you, Nimisha. So without taking much time, I would like to hand stage over to her for the session ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Diksha. Apart from what was shared, you added such a wonderful personal connect with each. We have that connect with each other. Thank you so much for this. And also, again, I welcome you all for this evaluations session, and I really hope from my experience, which I have from Toastmasters, definitely you are going to have something with you today, something extra, which can help you in your not only in Toastmasters journey, but let me tell you from my experience, when you learn to evaluate, you make it your habit. This helps you in various levels at personal situations and many situations. I probably might be sharing something at the end if we have time. But let us start. And before that, I just want to check with Toastmaster Diksha. I have actually activated recording for my computer. If you want, you can start recording on cloud.
Give me a moment, I will do it. So I'm not just okay. Recorded.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Now, I'm going to start by sharing the screen, but the screen will be shared on and off. But before that, I want to know how many of you have never played a role of an evaluator? How many of you have never played a role of an evaluator? Toastmaster Arvind Kark. Okay. Toastmaster Arvind, from which club are you a part of?
I'm club of, I think this is M4,
Okay.
District 4. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Or anybody else? Anybody else apart from Toastmaster Arvind? Okay, great. So, yes, I will be covering. Probably everybody will be having something, though all those who have been at certain level, who has evaluated ample number of speeches, and all those who have never evaluated, it will cover. Try Toastmaster Arvind, I will definitely be covering from scratch as well, giving examples. And when you will incorporate these tips and work practice, you will definitely be able to get it. But before that, can I request some of you, having an interactive apart from Toastmaster Arvind and Diksha, they have switched on the video. If anyone else in this on this floor can switch on their videos and be there, maybe we can take a look. It would be good. Thank you. Thank you. Great. 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 Thank you so much. It looks good, right? When you see each other people faces, because I really love to do that. Even there is a speaker mode, but I always go for a gallery mode. Trust me, as a speaker, as an evaluator, it helps you. Once you are evaluating someone, say I'm evaluating Toastmaster Ashwin. I would love to see how my evaluation is, how he is taking it. This also helps me evolve as an evaluator. That what is the best way to look, to evaluate and to present my evaluations. Okay, so some of you already, I would say one or two among this audience have already attended this session earlier, but today it is not going to be contest special, but definitely if they incorporate these tips in the contest, it is going to help you. Okay, so let me just share my screen and I request a thumbs up from the audience if you are able to see it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, this gives me motivation and probably you as well that yes, everybody is participating. Yeah. So what are we going to cover today? What is an evaluation, especially for those who are going to evaluate for the first time? Learning from the keywords, because not only we are going to learn from the keywords, the audience, the speaker, the people we are going to evaluate are going to learn from our keywords. Then how many types of feedback are there, the techniques you can use, and yes, there is a bonus slide. It contains my experience, which I have by attending. I used to attend 10 to 12 meetings per week. There was a time. And I used to do there, participate and learn from there. So probably those tips will help you as well. Now,
10 to 12
per
in a
month,
week.
per week. Yeah, per week.
Oh my God. That's
Yes.
great. Yeah.
Thank you. There was a time. There was a time. There is a reason. I'm not going to boast about myself, but I have worked hard. When I say that I participated in evaluation or ISC for the very first time, I have only participated in contest one, and at that point, I was the only representative who was ever, able to cross the division from my club. So yes, I there is some rapport built, but then there is a hard work as well. So yes, I did
Yeah.
devote time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yes.
Let me explain why I could not do the role of the evaluator. There are two
Yes.
reasons, because by knowing you can give me the tips accordingly, actually. One, the reason that I am just a novice because I just joined 2 months back. Second reason is very genuine reason and important reason that I am a person of the development, and because that I cannot write. So when I'm evaluating somebody, I have to write something and I have to read out again back to you then after when the general evaluator calls for this. That is the main constraint. So I'm trying to find out the ways how can I record the things, whatever evaluation is there, and how can I read that back. That is the issue with me. That's all. Otherwise, I am very much keen to evaluate, and I hope I can evaluate in a good sense, no doubt.
Okay, Rosemaster Arvind. Well, I do have answer to your question as well, but I really want to answer it between the session, during the session, when that particular part will come, where we understand. You are asking basically how to evaluate, right? So
Right.
that's something which we learn within our session. But before that, let us see what evaluation is.
Sure.
I'm definitely going to answer this question.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, what is an evaluation? How many of you were in the very start were able to see that, okay, I came here for learning. How can I evaluate? How many of you thought that? Right? I probably every Toastmaster who was just looking, for the very first time, how can I be the grammarian? How can I be the evaluator? How can I be a journal evaluator? So we all question ourselves, right? But then one very important thing which you have to understand is you are an audience. Even in terms when you are going to listen to I would say in the contest as well, when you're performing, You are in an audience. You have to take a look at the speaker as he's speaking for you, she's speaking for you, how you are going to take that person's performance, and you are going to evaluate according to that. Say I was evaluating Toastmaster Niti, okay, but then Dhruv, Neenu, Jeevan, all were there in the meeting. Don't you have your own commendations or recommendations apart from what evaluators say? You do, right? That is your feedback. So, evaluation, what is an evaluation? Well, these are all which were included, which were taken from the Google. When I searched for what is an evaluation, what is evaluation? So these all definitions came. But we are going to learn from the keywords that what exactly should be our part of the evaluation. Evaluation is a systematic determination of a subject, merit, worth, making a judgment. These were all, there. Good evaluation is inclusive, evaluate strengths and weaknesses. It is a process that critically examines. It should be honest. Well, I'll cover why I have some of the points which I have written. So let us learn from the keywords. Evaluation is a systematic determination of the outcome based on a certain criteria. Okay. So what can be, if we talk about Toastmasters, what it can be? Whether the speech objectives were met or not. That is the first basic criteria for any evaluation. In contest, we do not have any criteria. So what are the aspects that we cover? How many of you have seen the evaluation forms? How many of you have seen evaluation forms that are there in Pathways? Okay, Ashwin. Others also can raise their hands if they are able to. Okay, Leena, Toastmaster. Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you. That's great. That's a very good thing if you have. I'll ask you, what are the criteria apart from the project objectives? What are other criterias? Can you quickly write in?
Vocal
Yeah.
variety, tone, comfort level.
Okay, that's it. Toastmaster Leena, any other criteria which you have looked at in the? You are on mute. You are on mute.
Body language.
Yes.
Eye contact with the audience.
Yes.
Audience awareness, space.
Yes. Yes. That's really great. So
Comfortable
yes,
zone.
yes, comfort level. That's great. So apart from the project objectives, what a speaker is speaking, there is a tag, there is a title. Even for this session, there was a title. Apart from that, there are many aspects to a speaker, to a speech, to a performance. So those are all the criteria on which we have to determine whether the outcome was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kind of an assessment. And now there was some place where I read that it said that it is a judgment. Well, in our case, in Toastmasters, it's more of an opinion. It will always be an opinion. As I said, you are evaluating the person as an audience. So as an audience, we don't know the background work, we don't know the background. So as an audience, we can only give the feedback that this is something which you can work upon. If you'll do this, maybe this will help. Now it's totally up to the speaker whether they want to take the feedback, apply, and if they don't want to take the suggestion and they want to discard it, that is up to the speaker. But you should be certain about your evaluation criteria, your feedback, that this is what I want to give feedback about. Okay, so an evaluation is an opinion, it is not a judgment that you are passing. How we convert a judgment to an opinion, that will be covered later. Systematic determination, outcome based on a certain criteria. Now, evaluation is evaluating strengths and weaknesses. For a first time, or even a speaker is coming on the stage, what can be the strengths? Say, what can be covered as the strengths and what can be covered as the weaknesses? Any example? Say, I'm speaking right now. Which tell me my one strength and my one weakness. Anybody can take the stage if you are evaluating me side by side. Ashwin, are you recording? Nothing. Just kidding. Anybody? Yes, somebody unmuted. Please go ahead, Tarush. Toastmaster Tarush.
Ma'am Toastman, ma'am, you are in a comfortable zone with everyone and you are sharing your experience and telling that how to evaluate the people.
And any weakness? Don't tell me don't see it. You don't see any.
Weaknesses.
So that is what I'm saying. Yes, Toastmaster Tarush, thank you so much. We do not place weaknesses as weaknesses. That is what I'm trying to say. When we say weaknesses, those are the area of improvements and those are your points for recommendations. Okay, we have to contribute to the speaker such that that person becomes a fabulous speaker in future. So by commending the speaker on the strengths and recommending the speaker on the areas of improvements, we will say we are going to take them to the, definitely if our evaluation is valuable, that person is definitely going to be, I would say, we grow from your evaluation. So we don't have weaknesses in while evaluating. We only have areas of improvement. Okay, so that is one thing. Now, why I have written this value word in the definition of evaluation? Anybody?
So that is valuable to the speaker.
Yes, that's right. Anybody else would like to give a try? A little detail. Toastmaster Meenu, Rani.
Hi.
Hi. What do you mean by value in the definition of evaluation?
While we are evaluating any speaker, we tell them about their strengths and weaknesses. And in that way, we are adding value to that person. Because when you are talking about strength, it will encourage him to go for more speeches and all. And if we are telling about weaknesses, then he will improve on that. Like if there is some technical error, technical issues like some lighting issue, some camera position issue, or some other thing, so that they can improve. Even they're speaking, if they have like they are telling a story first and they are giving message first, what should be uh, there in the first place, so that if we are telling them or we are suggesting them, they can implement and they can improve or add value to their speech in future speeches.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Toastmaster Viswas.
I believe there should be some takeaway from your evaluation, which the speaker could take back and work upon so that it benefits them in the longer run.
Yes, so thank you so much for,
When
yes.
when some meaning and purpose is added in something, whether it be evaluation or some whatever it is, then it's the adding of the value. Otherwise, no use. When you are evaluating, you are adding the meaning and a purpose, and that is why it's valuable.
Yes,
Otherwise,
thank
no
you.
use.
Yes. So starting from Toastmaster Diksha till Toastmaster Arvind, everyone has covered why there are two aspects to value. First, we are able to give that value by our evaluation. That how there should be, as Toastmaster Biswas precisely said, there should be something with them, right? Maybe we are recommending, giving two recommendations, three recommendations. But apart from that, now how we are going to make them more valuable? we'll cover a little later. A tip that will be there from my side, although you are evaluating, everyone have been evaluating one or the other way. So definitely this is going to help you. But those tips, how do you know that you are actually adding a value to the speaker? But before that, we are saying that good evaluation is honest and good evaluation is inclusive. When I say honest, it should be valid. Okay, how? I'm speaking right now. You're going to say that, oh, your body language was really good. Okay, maybe there is some speaker who is not having a very good body language, but then you say that your body language was good. It is not, when everybody in the audience can see, it is or not honest, right? So, where the things are very clear that, okay, this person is good in this, we might have difference of opinion, right? That Nimisha is good in vocal variety. So, at one point, Toastmaster, in the same speech, Toastmaster Biswas might say that Nimisha was having a good vocal variety. But on the other hand, Toastmaster Diksha will say, um, you can work a little bit more. And then how is going to, obviously, evaluator has to provide that how they are going to. So everybody can have their own opinion. Whenever you get the stage as an evaluator, just take the stage and evaluate them. Now, how come good evaluation is inclusive? When we say inclusive, what do you understand by inclusive? I'm going to stop share now and let
It
it be
should,
more.
it should include each and every aspect of the speech.
Okay, okay, that's one way to look. Toastmaster Preeti, Toastmaster Shubhra, any other perspective to this? How a good evaluation can be inclusive?
May I say something?
Yes, please.
So, in my opinion, the evaluation should be inclusive in terms of speech as well as in terms of audience also should be included. For example, we are not only elevating the speaker, we are also giving something to the audience as well. So that's what I mean by inclusiveness.
Okay. Anybody else would has any other opinion about it or has any other understanding?
I would say, Anurag, this side, I would say it should reflect, highlight all the good points, the noticeable things, as well as the recommendation, which we call the improvement areas. And plus, in the end, there should be summarized things so that the key message is delivered to all the audience. So
Well,
that basically
Anurag, you're definitely covering everything which I have in my slides. So thank you so much. Yes, Toastmaster Biswas.
Just as Toastmaster Chintan said, I heard a distinguished Toastmaster say the same, that an evaluation is a performance, and if you're not including your audience in it, they are going to get bored out of it. You need to give a value to everyone. That is what your evaluation actually is. Apart from giving value to the speaker, it should also be something that the audience could take away with them. Okay, this is something we should look upon, like that.
Okay. Okay. So that's one aspect. I probably everything is covered, but there is one addition to which I want to say. Probably I have said this 5 minutes back as well, but I'm going to cover it again. It is that we have to evaluate the performance and not the speaker. Okay? A speaker might have a good vocal variety, but then that person might not have a good vocal variety in that particular speech. So we are going to evaluate the performance. We are going to evaluate the performer as such that yes, we have an impression of that particular speaker in our mind, but it will not be a blank slate when you are starting evaluating them. Your mind should be a blank slate. Apart from what Toastmaster Chintan and everybody here, Toastmaster Biswas said that it should be inclusive of the audience. Yes, it should cover points which are valuable to the audience, but then it should also be focused on the performance. It should be focused on that performance. Okay. All right. I'm going to mute. There is a back. So, an evaluation should be honest because let me tell you, I have been judges at many places, and I can tell you, if I have heard test speaker, if I've heard the speaker, and even when you are in the meeting, people do observe, people do evaluate on the back of their mind, even if they are not evaluator. And if you're not giving an honest evaluation, so when I say honest, it means it should be applicable. It is the commendations are valid, the recommendations are valid. We are not here, when I say commendations valid, recommendations valid, there is no bar set for that. But at least there should be some relevance to what the speaker has spoken. Okay, so this is how we include, make sure. I know these are big things, especially for the newbies, but yes, let me just give you the keywords. An evaluation is inclusive, it's valid, it should point strengths and the areas of improvement, it should be of value, it should be based on a criteria. Match the criteria to the outcome, and that is your 1 point for evaluation. Set up your criterias before if you want. For the project objectives, you already have it, but then there are other criterias as well. Okay. Anything, any question in this? Any a difference of understanding from the audience? Anything? Everything is welcome. Okay, that's good. I don't want to make you sleep because I know this is time for some people to sleep, but I would love if it is an interactive session. Feel free to post anything on the chat. All right, gestures, confidence level. Yes, now I have read it. Yeah. So
Hello.
feel free. Yes.
Yeah, I need to ask one thing that Toastmaster is that, for example, like somebody have given the speech and I have evaluated his or her somewhat. So I have given the specific recommendation and commendation, but I feel that I have missed something in giving the evaluation, that that some keywords or some specific point that it can be relevant to her, or I have mixed matched the topic. So sometimes I think that I've made it the mistake. So how I can evaluate anybody very nicely and appropriately that, yeah, then he or she can get the like I'm giving the perfect evaluation.
Yes, Toastmaster Tarush, I got it. I got your point. And your answer
What
will
are
be
the
covered
specific
in the.
mistake I'm doing there, so I can
There is
work
no
on that and I can.
mistake. We can only enhance from where we are. There is no mistake we are making, right? So yes, Toastmaster Diksha. Toastmaster
My
Tarush, your answer is coming in the next slide. That's what the next slide covers. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, Toastmaster Diksha.
So I had a question. I've come across these situations where I've heard speeches where I felt basically we follow a CRC approach. So there are chances where I felt there are more recommendations than commendations. And as said that it should be honest. So is it okay to give more of recommendation and less than commendations? Like that can offend the speaker, right?
That cannot offend. Okay, that is also a good point. Well, these I know. I'm loving this session. The reason being, the questions which I'm getting, every answer is covered in the tips. Okay, so definitely, maybe towards the end of the session, if your questions are not answered, definitely there is a Q&A session. I'm going to answer this. For this, I'll tell you, Toastmaster Diksha, and this is for everyone. Your evaluation should have short-term goals. When you have so many recommendations for a person, try, you are going to motivate the speaker. You are going to motivate, then how you're going to do that? Just ensure that person is going to come again and again and again. So let's give 2 recommendations to that person on which he or she can work for the next speech. And once those things are worked upon, maybe next time we can choose to evaluate them again and cover the next few points. You never know, working on one thing can cover the another part as well. Just pick few things you think that, okay, this might help. So, but the technique is definitely recommended. Trust me, follow the technique. it is definitely going to help in the competitive levels as well. Okay. Yes, there was another also person who unmuted.
Am I,
Madam,
Anish.
hello.
Yes.
am I audible?
Yes. Yes, Toastmaster Anish, you're audible.
Yes, ma'am. Acha, what are the keywords used in the evaluation?
Yeah.
Somebody has given the speech. So after the evaluator is to give the keywords. So what should be the keywords for the evaluation?
Okay. So let me answer
of
this
a speech?
keyword right now. Keyword is the keywords are their snippets from the speeches. If you give them the commendations or recommendation specifically based on the, that snippet you picked from the speech, that is the keyword they're going to get. For example, I say Toastmaster Anish in his speech said, my mother said to me, you are a good man. But I want to give him the evaluation that maybe you can work on a vocal variety where you can change your volume, your voice a little bit to sound like your mother, or change the position and say, my mother said to me, you are a good man. When you are going to quote snippets from the speech, keywords from the speech, the speaker is definitely going to listen. The speaker is definitely going to listen to you. Did I answer your question? I think I answered many people question, many participants question, that how do we make our evaluation valuable? Your evaluation is valuable when you have a snippet from the speech to support your commendation and recommendation.
Can you
Toastmaster
good,
Anish?
Thank you, ma'am. Yes.
could you give some light on the subjectivity of the criteria, please?
Yes, I'll do that towards the end. Let me take this first of all slides, and then I will take up the questions towards the end. All right. So we have types of feedback, as we are talking about from a very long time, commendations and recommendations. Commendations comes with strengths, and recommendations are those where the speaker has an areas of improvement. Now you're able to see some questions here: what, how, and why, and what, why, and how. I'm going to tell you how do you present your commendations and how do you present your recommendations. Okay. So when we are talking about commendations, what is the commendation? Nimisha has a good body language. How? Now in how, you pick up that snippet from the speech where you are going to tell that, okay, Nimisha, you were talking about, when you're talking about whole world, you actually represented whole world with your hands. And where, when you were talking about your luggage, you actually pointed out towards the luggage. So you're actually telling them with the examples that you found the body language of speaker good as a commendation. And why body language is important, why you are, this why will answer that why you are evaluating the speaker on the body language. Because body language adds 40%, or you can, it adds weight, or it maintains the attention of the audience. You can always, there is a way, there is a reason why we have a body language, there is a reason why we have a vocal variety. Look for those reasons, understand those reasons, and maybe in one line you can cover, because body language engages the audience, they keep the attention of the audience on the speaker. You have wonderful body language, it was like a act, it was like a theater act, something like that. Okay. So I hope this example is clear. If I'm talking about commendations, what is the commendation? Your body language was good. How? By quoting the snippets from the speech. Why body language is important? Why body language is good, is important, and why you. So this is something where you will tell. You are supporting your commendation with the reason and example. And now let's talk about the recommendations. Any question about commendations? That how, what, how, and why? Any unclear in anyone who is unclear on this? What is the commendation? How this is a commendation for the speaker, and why it is important. Now coming to recommendations. What, why, and how? So what is the recommendation? So Nimisha, when you were trying to talk about so and so, I understand you could have implemented more humor in it. Why humor is important, or why your recommendation is important? And then how? How takes a longer time. In recommendation, how should take a longer time? Because you are actually explaining the speaker how they can work on the recommendation. I already gave an example when I said that about the vocal variety. I actually demonstrated how a recommendation should go ahead. Like I was evaluating Toastmaster Anish, and there was a snippet from his speech which says, "My mother said, you are a good man." And I can say to him that, "Toastmaster Anish, I have a recommendation for you. When you can work a little bit more on your vocal variety. When you were talking about that, okay, my mother said, you are a good man, you can show the example. My mother said, you are a good man." Why? Vocal variety adds value to so and so. So, support your commendation and recommendation with the reason why they are a part of your evaluation. I hope this both points are okay. I mean, everybody were able to digest it and understand it. Commendations, how we are going to present the commendation, how we are going to present the recommendation. Always, always, always quote the snippets from the speeches. Any questions for commendations or recommendations? I hope you all have noted it down. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Now here we are going to talk about the techniques. Yes, there is a sandwich technique, definitely. But don't make it a multi-layer sandwich. It should be just some veggies or cheese between two-piece slices of bread. All right. So, well, there is one recommended technique from Toastmasters International, that is commendation, recommendation, and commendation. But I have seen commendation, recommendation, and summary also working for many of the contestants. I would say, or also I would say for the for the newbies. If you really don't want to mess up yourself in commendations and recommendations and then commendations, so you can definitely use CRS. Have a list of commendations with you. Just tell them what, how, why. Then come to the recommendations. What, why, how. Sorry, I think there was one mistake which I did for the recommendations. That is what, why, and how. In recommendations, it is what is the recommendation, why this is the recommendation. Again, reasoning with example and how they can work on it. So why and how are interrelated. I covered with an example, so I hope this technique was quite clear to all of you. Okay, so yeah. So these are two techniques. I really request all of you to work with these techniques only. You can start the way you want, but do have this technique within your 2 to 3 minutes of the speech, evaluation speech. So it's like at least for 2 minutes, there must be a technique involved, so that in between you are able to articulate your evaluation. Okay, commendation. So good part for a good bifurcation would be 2 to two commendations, 2 recommendations, and then 2 commendations. But it will again go with summary. The summary is very important. Summary is very important. Trust me, it contains, for contest, it contains 15 marks. Summary is very important. For CRS, you can have a balance of 3-2, say 3 commendations or 4 commendations. Say to answer the question which Toastmaster Diksha has, if you have too many recommendations, you probably will be able to find only 2 or 3 commendations only, right? So just say 2 commendations or 3 commendations, then 2 recommendations. Those recommendations should be short term. Those recommendations should be short term. Then only it becomes valuable. Then only it adds value to the audience as well. When our counter says that you were saying too many ahs, and your filler word is it's of no use if that our counter is not going to tell how you work on it. Right? So always support your recommendation on how they can work on it. Okay, that's why recommendation always takes more time than commendations. It should take more time than commendations. Yes, Toastmaster Diksha.
So I'm not sure, but have you ever encountered a situation where the situation was the otherwise? That situation was otherwise, like we had only commendation and we were unable to find no recommendation.
Right.
So will that be counted as a valuable feedback? Because I have encountered both of them. Maybe because I was a newbie. Yeah.
Well, in that case, since I could understand from the audience, there were so many members who said that there was they have seen that evaluation resource, right? Right, all of you, a thumbs up, a raise of hand, a heart, anything, any emotions. All those who have seen evaluation resources. Thank you, thank you. All those sleeping ones, please wake up. Viswa, I know you're not sleeping, but only I have to call you. Yeah. So there are 3 columns in that evaluation resource. One is commendation, then recommendation, then suggestion. Okay. And how to identify. Now, as Toastmaster, this will answer Toastmaster Arvind's question as well, that how to identify the criteria. Well, criteria is definitely there in the evaluation resource. Toastmaster Arvind, you have never evaluated anyone. That's why you have, you are not must be aware, but when you go to the pathways, go for an evaluation resource, all the criteria are mentioned over there. And even they have guided you, there is a proper guide in that last sheet, that whom do you think should get 4, whom do you think you should get 5, right?
No, my question is more related to the subjectivity in the criteria. I mean, I can evaluate on vocabulary, body language, and content. Somebody other can evaluate on the language or some.
That is what I'm saying. Just look for that evaluation resource. It will answer your question. It has so many criteria. Now,
yeah.
Now coming to Toastmaster Diksha question. Toastmaster Diksha, there is rating of 1 to 5. Okay, wherever you have marked that person 4, should come under the recommendation. If that person is perfect, then definitely go for suggestions. Okay, if for you there is a situation whenever the levels go higher, it happened with me. Whenever the levels go higher, the speakers come who have been district champions, and it is very difficult to find anything in them. But then the level increases, your analytical skills should also increase. Analytical skills contains 40 marks in your speech palette. Analytical skills should be, now how, that is one tip which I'm going to share with all of you, which probably no one, I noticed everywhere. I have been judge, voting judge, chief judge. One very important thing which you need to note down is, You will never be able to find good recommendations or commendations if you are writing down only. You must look at the speaker. You get 5 minutes to write it. You can definitely note keywords. Snippet from the speech should be noted down. Everything. But then if you'll keep on writing, you'll miss something. You'll miss something. And I hope that the contest champions who are going to represent at higher level are able to understand this. They are definitely going to miss if you keep on writing. And this is for when I was working on my evaluation contest, right? And I started evaluating like that only. I look at the speaker, I note down the snippets, but then I do get time to write. I need 2-3 minutes to formulate my speech evaluation. So look at the speaker. If you're not going to look at the speaker, how you're going to note down the body language? How you're going to note down, maybe when you're noting down, speaker actually had placed an inappropriate body language in a certain snippet. While you're listening to him, it's good, but it's not appropriate. It's not appropriate to the content. So or maybe there is a suggestion. If that speaker is talking about whole world, maybe you can just give a recommendation that when you were talking about whole world, it can improve a little bit. You can just go back and talk like whole world. You can make body movements. Okay. I'm just giving examples. Okay. This is how you work. I hope I answered Toastmasters Arvind, Diksha, and others' questions as well.
Yeah, quite a good.
Do look for them. Look for them. You'll be able to find it. Okay. Any question in techniques? CRC, CRS? Always summarize.
Ma'am,
I need to know one thing, that like sometime it happened that if I'm evaluating somebody, so it feel very difficult to evaluate that person because he has very good experience and have a good knowledge. So because I'm new to it, so I feel difficulty too. So what techniques
So
or
you should
tricks
always
I
make
can use to evaluate that person?
you should always make a suggestion. At that time when you think, as I just now said, if you think that person is really good, then you just keep looking at that person. There must be a moment in the speech where you will feel like, I didn't get it. There must be something with the content. There is some irrelatable content in the speech. But it should be, it should be valid. It should not that I have to give any recommendations. See, if you are a part of a contest, only then recommendation is important. But if you are in a meeting, there might be a person that who doesn't have any recommendations, or probably you were not able to notice them. So I recommend at that point, if you are not able to do that, skip at that moment, but then go back and work on yourself, that how more I can evaluate. As I said, look at the speaker, there must be something. If don't, that is fine. If you don't find, and if you are in a speech, say, if you are in a meeting, it's fine. If you don't find any recommendation, that is completely fine. There can be a perfect speech. You can only give suggestions after that. That here you can include this based on the content, maybe based on the body language. There can be a perfect speaker, or I would say can be a perfect speech. Not a speaker is perfect, no speaker is perfect, but there can be a perfect speech. If I am working on a speech from last 2 years, there might be a possibility that I have a perfect speech after 2 years, in which it's very difficult to find any evaluation. So it's all about how that speech is, I would say, what's that word? It's how it touches you. That's like that. So now, these are.
Toastmaster Nisha, I have a question. May I ask, or at the last should I ask?
Maybe yes, you can ask. We are just left with tips now, and I know Toastmaster Anish also had a question, so you can go Toastmaster Chintan, and then we'll go ahead with Toastmaster Anish. Yeah.
So distinguished Toastmaster Nimisha, it's a naive question as I'm new to this Toastmaster arena, but just want to know that as you mentioned that writing snippets from the speech helps always. But I want to know, is there any structure you follow or how to note down the things and then incorporate into the report? Because sometimes we write so much that what to pick and choose and include at the final report, it becomes somewhat difficult. So how do you write? Means, is there any structure you follow by noting down the speech snippets of the speech, or you just write down everything and then you articulate and remove the things which you don't find good?
Actually, this happens. The last line which you said, and also Diksha said, we note down a lot of things, but we don't present everything. Okay, so your question will be mostly answered if you'll try practicing evaluation by looking at the speaker more and writing down less. Then you first of all you will not have a big content to look for commendations and recommendations. And if you really want to understand a technique, you can definitely divide your page with commendations and recommendations. If you think this thing is a commendation, just write down on the commendation side. If you think this is a recommendation, write down on the recommendation side. That's the best thing you can work with the pages. Okay. Yeah. Toastmaster Anish, you had the question.
Yes, ma'am. You have mentioned there are two techniques. One is CRC and one is
CRS.
CRS.
Yeah.
So for new people, we have to use CRS: commendation, strength, recommendation, area of improvement, and the summary. So at the last time, summary means suppose someone has given the speeches, so we know his strength is these two strengths are we have noted. Area of improvement we have given, these are the weaknesses in your speech, and how to summarize means I again have to repeat his strength and weaknesses, or how to summarize this, that I want to clear.
Okay. So Toastmaster Anish, you just now had a very big question and then you summarized your question, right? In one line. So should I summarize? This is how you do the summary. In a commendation, you are explaining why that is a commendation, why that is a commendation, why that is how that is. I mean, you are answering many questions. In the end, you just have to say it was an amazing vocal variety. It was body language was good. It was perfectly written speech. A little more work on so and so and so. Whatever your commendations or recommendations are, you just have to club them in one line.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Got it?
Yes.
Yeah. So just say good vocal variety. Don't restart, reinstate all the whys and hows. Just what is good, what is area of improvement. Yeah. So let me just share some tips. I've already shared it over the course of the session. It should be an evaluation. Now, could, should. This is something where you can say you're not actually ordering anyone that you must work on your vocal variety. You can or you could work on your vocal variety. Okay. It should be an opinion. It should reflect on the performance. When we say it should be, you are evaluating the performance only. Then it should have both commendations and recommendations, a balance of that. Have short-term goal achievement. Say there is one speaker, although in many clubs we do have mentors, but in many clubs the mentors are not there. And there are many members in the club who are struggling with the sentence formation. So how can you say, let's start working on the sentence formation? Set up the goals. What is the first work on the content, then work on the delivery. So there are various aspects to content, there are various aspects to delivery. For content, it's introduction, body, closure. For delivery, body language, vocal variety, stage usage, there are many things. Okay, so it should have a short-term goal achievement which the speaker can implement. It will actually become a valuable recommendation if that is that can be implemented in the next speech. Okay. Then could instead of can, should instead of shall, would instead of will. And then summarize with positive reinforcement. Right? I have a wonderful takeaway after summary. And definitely there are many, everybody has their own style. So I just want to say that by implementing these points, you are definitely going to take this speech to the next level. I would love to hear you next time. Something like a positive reinforcement towards the end to support your recommendations to support your evaluation. You started on a positive note, you end on a positive note.